Yes, Axel, absolutely. Absolutely, Axel. Yeah. Keep it going. I mean, look, I know you're trying to like lose weight and it doesn't look like there's... I know it might look like you're not like making much progress there, but it's really consistency, man. And just like, you know, it would only make sense that you would lose weight if you're not eating the amount of calories your body's consuming. That's not a disputable point, really. People think like, oh no, like I'm eating less calories, I'm not losing weight. Well, that could be true, but you're conflating your calorie consumption with calorie intake. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say you have like crippling diarrhea, or you took a bunch of laxatives for no reason. I can eat a huge burger, but I'm not going to absorb that because it's going to move through my GI tract too quickly for all of the calories to be absorbed. And there's other factors. There's other factors like influencing that, you know? And so you might be conflating, and you can have, like, for example, the other way around, you can have thyroid problems, right? An average adult, let's say, burns 1,500 calories at rest. If you did nothing all day and you just slept 8 hours, you burn 2,000 calories, let's say, right? And you eating 2,000 calories. If you're gaining weight while you have a thyroid problems, it could mean that you're only burning, because of the thyroid problems, 1,800 calories. It's very easy to blame thyroid because that's one of the most common reasons why you gain weight, even though you're eating at what you think is a caloric deficit. But you have to remember not to conflate caloric deficit with deficit compared to your consumption daily, right? So if you do what I just did there and ran, I probably burned 120 calories, which adds to my consumption. And so working out is a great way to add to your caloric deficit. But at the end of the day, the calories that you burn is higher than the calories that you consume. There's no way you can gain weight. That's like the opposite of creating energy. You can't just destroy energy, you know? And you can't just create energy. Like, you eat 3,000 calories of food, your body can't make that into 4,000 and gain it as fat. It's not even... It's barely even science. It's like almost common sense, right? That being said, in general, unless you have medical issues, the amount of calories that you consume and the amount of calories that you burn plus your average for your weight, age class, and activity level, let's say it's calculated at 2,000, right? If they normally match, right? So if the calculated amount is 2,000, then you should be probably eating 1,800 calories, a little bit of a deficit throughout the day in order to account for that. And you will lose weight. If that's not working for you and you're definitely strictly sticking to it, because you can get like things like carrots, they have, you know, anything has calories. It's just a measure of energy. And so you got to keep that into account when you're trying to lose weight. Because that's all I have about losing weight, Axel. So you just keep it up. Try to perfect your diet. I mean, if it's not if you've been doing it for a month and you haven't lost a single pound, there's a few factors, like, have you pooped? Have you, maybe you're gaining water weight, you gain a little bit of water weight. Maybe you gain weight in muscle. Because a lot of fat people, they actually have a lot of muscle underneath. And they're usually like, the chances are you could even be a little gifted in the muscle side, you know, kind of in your size department. And so what ends up happening is you gain muscle pretty fast if you train for a month and you're very dedicated to the gym. And it just feels like you either kept gaining weight or, you know, your diet's not working. And that's not necessarily true. So you got to stick to it for a while. Like, if you stick to it for a year and you haven't lost a single pound and you don't look better, then there's something wrong. Like, you need to change your diet, or you need to revise what you're doing that you're getting those extra calories from. And then I would also advise you to go to a doctor, just do basic blood work, make sure you don't have thyroid problems. But we are moving on. I'm stalling again, but we are moving on to some actual strength exercises. So I'm gonna put the music back up.